Hey, how's it going? It's Stephen here from understandingaudio.com, and today we're going to talk about the mid-range. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because I got an email from one of my subscribers over at understandingaudio.com telling me how disappointed he was with the sound of his mid-range. Rather than it sounding full and punchy, it sounded muddy and boxy. And there are some terms that really do apply to the mid-range. In terms of mixing, this is probably the most important frequency range because, as I already mentioned, this is where you'll find muddiness, boxiness, but also this is where you can start adding punch, presence, intelligibility, and clarity to your mix. So I want to show you a little known way to help you balance your mid-range a lot quicker and easier. Now, I want to begin by just playing you some of my mix so you can hear what's going on and get some context.
And now you think that you belong, but you forgot to write this song. It doesn't matter just as long as people talk about you.
So that was my mix with the full frequency range in play. But what I want to show you now is what you can do with your mixes so that you can narrow in on your mid-range and really balance it well. The first thing that you're going to want to do is come up here to your stereo bus and add in an EQ. For this EQ, you want to have a high pass filter at 250 Hz and a low pass at 6K. These filters are in place because everything below about 250 is pretty much the low end and everything above 6K is the high end. Between these two filters, you have the mid-range, and this is what we're really trying to improve. The purpose of this EQ is so that you're monitoring only the mid-range. If you can only hear the mid-range, then that's all that's available for you to balance. So let me play back my mix once again as an example with these filters in place.
And now you think that you belong, but you forgot to write this song. It doesn't matter just as long as people talk about you.
So the low end and the highs are gone, but you can still hear a lot of the mid-range. And if there was any issues with the balance here, this is where I would go in and start tweaking things to make sure that they sound the way I want them to sound. As you can hear, this EQ is on my stereo bus in the context of a completed mix, but you can do this at any stage of your mix. You can do this when you bring in the tracks initially and you want to just balance them, or if you just want to try this technique out and just focus on your mid-range, it doesn't have to be on a session you're intending to mix for yourself or a client. You can just try this out on any mix that you have. You can also use this on a pre-existing mix that you have, on a bounced mix or a completed stereo mix that you have. You can also use this on your references to compare between the two. This is a really powerful technique. It is a little known way to balance your mid-range and it is super effective. Now, the reason this video came about is the same reason as why a lot of my videos get created. I got an email from one of my subscribers over at understandingaudio.com letting me know how disappointed he felt with his mid-range. Now, this only came to light when he had downloaded my free guide and started implementing some of the action steps that are in there. The guide really helps you apply techniques like this so that you can compare your mixes against the pros and get them sounding a lot closer. It was only when he started to apply these action steps that he realized that his mixes didn't quite sound the way he wanted them to sound. And that, in my book, is progress, because then he's able to acknowledge a weakness and do something about it. I want you to have that information available to you as well, so I'm going to give you the guide for free today. It's called The One Hack That Guarantees a Unique Pro Sounding Mix, and you can download it for free today at getpromixes.com. I promise you it's going to make a huge difference to your mixing, and it's going to highlight little things for you that you can work on and progress as you're going through your next mix or your next mixes. Before I go, I'd like you to do me a favor and hit the like button on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're feeling super generous, leave a comment down below and let me know what steps do you take to balance your mid-range. Thanks for watching. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Keep making great music and I'll see you on another video soon.